Hello, good morning. I'm off from work and yes, nothing. Well, what am I going to say? Let's talk about today I have an idea what to talk about, and what I'm going to talk about is about retirement and savings. You know, what I never understand, you know, people in the Philippines, you know, that people in the Philippines, some of them, well, I would say most of them, they don't have like savings, they don't have bank account, they don't have retirement funds, and they don't have a backup plan. Some people, they don't have like, they don't work all their life. So what are they gonna save money, right, if they don't work all their life? Yeah, I would never understand that. Like, for example, me, I grew up, poor. I know that when I was living in the Philippines. And, like I experienced like really, really poor, and that's looking back, looking at my grandma, my mother, my other relatives, seeing them being poor. And mostly me in my situation back then, uh, it was difficult growing up. It was hard. We struggled so much. I struggled so much. I grew up with, having these anxieties because uh, my mother, she, uh, she never like work, like work. Well, she do have like work, but like not like really work under like the government or under like any establishment, not like that, nothing like that. There's no like social security. It's like the job like selling bread. You can't get security from that. uh Selling vegetables or harvesting vegetables from other like farm owner, yeah, you can't get security from that. And seeing them, my mother, she struggled so much, and my grandmother, seeing them, I learned from them, I learned from their mistakes, and I learned that life really is a choice, what you wanted to achieve in life is a choice. And you're poor because you choose that. You're poor because that's your choice. It's not like you don't have a choice. Like like me, I learned from my mother, from her own mistakes, I would never understand her why she did that, She she know that she's poor too growing up. And what I would never understand is she said before that when I asked her, I said, "Why did you live with another guy again? Why did you find another man again? You know, are we not enough for you?" Because she already have four children before she met my stepdad. And then what was her reason is, or was her reason was, is because that we are struggling, she was struggling, that she couldn't support us. That's why she goes out again with a man. And I would never see her reason that she have to rely and depend to a guy. When the guy, my stepdad, he don't even have, you know, nothing either. He's not rich. He's also poor. And he don't have like a stable job. And he already have like 5 children when they met. So total of 9 already. No, 4 from her, 8, sorry. I miscalculated. So 4, total of 4 children, and then us, total of 4 children. It's already 8. So I don't see the solution of the problem. I just I just see it was like she's widening her problem. She just is spreading more problems. And then on top of that, they made more children, 5 more children. Can you believe that? I was so angry growing up. I was so pissed growing up because I'm the one who can see her future. I mean, I'm the one who's seeing her what's the her life gonna end up with. I was like, why is she not thinking? And I kept telling her, Mom, you should not have done that. You shouldn't you shouldn't go with a man and live with a man again and be with a man again when you already have your 4 children. How are you gonna I don't see how it's gonna help you. And she was like, no, he's the one who's gonna help us. And then there you go. She didn't help us. What happened is because she couldn't afford us, and then she couldn't even fed us because she said that my stepdad's salary was not enough for us. And then I was so frustrated growing up. I built up so much anxieties in my life, so much anxiety of not having money, and so much anxiety of not having enough food, and so much anxiety of worrying that I will not be able to go to school because she can't afford to send me to school, because we have like free school in the Philippines, but even though it was free, still we don't have like a school free bus or free school bus, and we don't have like free food either at the cafeteria. So she will need money to send us to go to school, to pay for the transportation every day, every morning and every afternoon. But she didn't think about that one. And I was like worried all the time growing up. And that's how I see that's how I uh, can see where my anxiety coming from is from that. Yeah. And then I was so mad, frustrated. Every 2 years she's always pregnant. So I was so mad. I was like ending up like having this like frustration, you know. I was like, I kept telling her, Mom, why are you always pregnant? And then ending up like I'm the one who's gonna take care of the child, because she was like always leaving us. She always like going out after my dad left going to work. She was like go somewhere in my neighborhood to go play cards, and we call that tongits. She got addicted to playing tongit, the cards. I don't know anybody could be addicted to that, but that's her. And she smoked a lot too. And she was like, I don't understand her, because I told her, I keep telling her, how how do you do that? How do you play tongits and then smoke at the same time? How do you manage to budget the money that my stepdad make, that's not even enough to feed us, and then you smoking and playing tong, it's not helping. So yeah. And then she always leaving me, taking care of my other siblings. I felt like I was a young mother at a very young age. I felt like I gave birth to you know those her children, even though it wasn't my children. But I became a mom at a very young age. And I remember uh, there are certain nights that she's still not home and she's still playing tong it. And I was like trying to, uh, how do you call that? Fed my brother. in his, like feeding bottles. Yeah. And then I was like trying to put him to sleep. And I was like realizing in my mind, I became a young mother at a young age. I was in my elementary. I could not even enjoy my childhood because I always ended up like taking care of my little children. So every every 2 years she's always pregnant, and every time I'm always left alone and taking care of the children, changing diapers, feeding them, changing their clothes, and then watch the kids 24 hours, 7 times a week. And I was like mad at my mother. And then I learned how to defend myself and told her that, Mom, please stop getting pregnant because I'm getting tired of taking care of my children. That's not your children. That's not even my children. I wanted to be able to enjoy my childhood and enjoy my time, myself. I wanted to be able to go to school, but even my school, I couldn't go to school because I ended up like staying home because no one is gonna watch her kids, you know. And so I said to myself, when I grow up, I will never ever be like her. I will change my path. I will change my direction of my life. I will not become like her. I will become like hardworking, supporting, loving mother, and I will not give my child responsible that's not even his responsible. And I will not become my mother that will use guilt and manipulation just to get money of from her children or rely on her children. I will never do that. And that's how I said to myself after I graduate on high school, I said, as soon as I turn 18, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go work somewhere else and then, work abroad and then change my life. And I will never be the same like my mom. I will change my life. I will change myself. So I put myself to go to school. I was a working student when I was in my high school. Well, of course, my grandmother helped me to go to first year and second year high school. She helped me to, support me for first year and second year high school. But then, third year and fourth year high school, I'm on my own. My brother helped me. I used to live with him, you know, and then he helped me to go to school too. But then I also help him too because I was a working student too because I don't want to be a burden with my brother. I was just appreciated that I have a house to live, a shelter to live in that was from him. So I worked as a working student to support myself, and then I graduated high school. And then after that, when I graduate high school, I applied to work for abroad, and then I changed my life. I work hard even until now. I'm still working, and I never quit because I'm afraid to become like my mother. And then I never learned to play cards because I don't want to be addicted like her, you know. But yeah, I don't know why anybody would be addicted to that cards. It's just a stupid game that you just keep playing over and over at the same time every day. How you not get tired of that? But somehow she is like, playing cards and smoking. And then there you go. My mother will never change. She when she see me that I'm having a good life and I was working abroad and making money. So yeah, she always like asking me for money, never ends. Like she always keep asking me, bothering me, when are you gonna send me money? And then I don't have money anymore. I don't have money to eat anymore. Money to buy food, money to eat. I don't have money to buy food or money to buy something to eat. And I don't have money to pay my electric bill, my you know, it's like every time there's something, and then I tried to give her something. I tried to give her money to use it to build a business. So that way, I told her, here, build a convenience store, sari-sari store. We call that sari-sari in Tagalog. But for me, it's like convenient. But not like really, really convenient store. It's just like home store, something like that. And then I told her my reason is, I said, here's the money, go build some business so that way you can have a job at home. And that way you can have a money so that way you don't have to rely on us. I tried. She was young back then when I tried to, that was like 17, 18 years ago. Because my son is now almost 18 in just few days and I'm still supporting her. Yeah. And and I was so, the, this frustration and this anxiety and this, uh, my, how do you call that? My resentment build up over the years and I could never let it go. And I build up years and years and it never goes away. And I just realized that it's been like 18 years I'm still supporting her. And she never changed. And I thought all my life she's gonna change, but she never changed. I gave her a bunch of times to build her life, build her career. I said, here is the money, go use it to make a business because that's the only way that you can do is to build a business. That's the only way you can help yourself. If you make a business, this will help you to have a source of income because you said you don't want to work with other people. So I help you, I give you money to build a business so that way you can have a job of your own and you can become a boss of your own and you don't have to work with somebody else. But every time I do that, I don't know, I lost count on how many times that she just blowed away all the chances that I gave it to her. And then I got, you know, she gave me so much like burden to me. And then she always like she always owe money to either another sari sari store because somehow the neighbors becomes her grocery store, but she keep owing and owing money and then never pay. And then not just that, she owe another people too money. My cousin, my relatives, my other relatives, my aunties, and then I would like always pay them because I felt bad. I was just trying to help my mother to stand on her own, but I was like wrong. I realized that I wasn't helping her because she kept doing it and over. I keep paying them off, keep paying them off so that way she don't have to owe money. And so I was thinking that maybe, if I pay them off, she could have a chance to stand on her own and starting to start with her life. But I was wrong because for like many many years, over decades, she's been doing that to me and I burned out you know and then one time I remember the last time before my first time coming back home from another country, from Korea. That was my first abroad. And then I was wondering why my neighbors was staring at me. Why she keep like staring at me like she wanted to tell me something. And there you go, I found out that she owed money to her. Like 10,000, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 10,000 pesos. That was like $250 that time. But, for grocery store, yes, that was a lot. And I told her, why didn't you pay her? I always send you money. And then why do you end up like, owing her money? And she was like, well, because, I don't have money, so I have to owe money. But I told her, I gave you money. Every month I send you money. How come you're still owing money? And then there you go. I found out that she's not even paying her because she was just blowing it out on her gambling addiction, the tong it. And I was so mad. I was so pissed. And then just because, she was my mother, I always helping her. But then She became like even worse and worse. And then I was so mad. And then I don't know how many times she gave me so much like frustration. She gave me so much resentment. I lost count on so much resentment because she always kept doing it. She always kept losing my trust. She always kept betraying me, and I kept helping her. I keep helping her, and she never changed. And one time, there's so much. There's not just one time. And then, so I prayed and prayed, and I said, Lord, please help me. I'm gonna ask you this. Am I a bad daughter? Do I deserve this to have to be treated like this with my own mother? I was like, what did I do? What am I going to do to change her? She won't change. Some people say, oh, just give her what she wants because she's old. She's already old, you know. She have like, you don't know how much longer she's gonna live. She's only 60. Hello. And plus, she's been doing that all her life. And like I said, my son is almost 18 now, and I'm still supporting her, and she's still not doing any better with her life. She's still like, I don't know, always come up with money, money, money every time. So now, for the past 18 years, I learned how to like just block her or ignore her or put her on restriction on my messenger so that way I don't have to see her messages, never ending needs, never ending asking for money. She would say later that, oh, I'm not asking you money. I never ask money from you. But then she would say, oh, I need this, I need this, I don't have any more money, I feel sick, I can't work anymore, and I need to, if I have money, I will buy this, I will buy that. If only I have money, I have, you know, something like that. So she's not asking for money, but when you say that, it's to me, it's the indication that you want money. So I send her money, and then there you go. It just went blow away. I feel like I just flushed down my money in the toilet, and that's how I feel. So I feel envious to those parents that very responsible and working so hard just to help their children to go to school. They even put their children to go to school for college. But us, my mother, she never sent us to go to college or high school. She only like all of us, the four children from the first family. We only maybe until sixth grade, and then she's done. She was like she started to give us away because she said she couldn't afford us. She couldn't afford to send us to school, or she couldn't afford to feed us, or she couldn't afford to take care of us. So she gave us away to different family. My first sister, my eldest one, she sent her uh, to work, and one of her relatives, she worked as a maid. She forced her to work as a maid. Can you believe that? I was so frustrated because of that too. And then she didn't even graduate high school. She only like probably fourth grade. That's it. And she is now 46. Yeah. So, and then she collect the money, you know, she collect the money that my sister worked hard for. And my sister, she never see her money because my mom already collected the money before even, like the end of the month, or the end of the month, she already took care of it. And my sister, because she was young, she was 14 years old that time, she didn't have a choice. All she had done was like crying. And then the second one, he ended up with my neighbors, the rich one, luckily. So he's the only one that raised with the rich family. But it's not like he's not like really having a king's life or rich life because he works hard too. Somehow they are, he's like selling some food on the street because the owner, or the family that he been with, or he had been with, they have I think food business, so like selling food. So my kuya, my brother, he was helping them by selling food too, and then he earned some money too, I guess. And then the third one, my mother gave it to one of her brother. So she ended up like slaving to her own brother, her own uncle, I meant. My mother very own brother. So she became like working student just to go to school. She have to uh pay that by taking care of the house, the children, the laundry, the cooking, all around in the house. So my sister, I would see my sister every time I visit her. She was like washing clothes, a pile of clothes by hands. It's like a pile of clothes, but no washing machine, but by hand. So yeah, that's that's the only way to for her to go to school is to be a slave by her own uncle, by our own uncle. And then the fourth one was me. She gave me to my grandma. Well, some of them too, I decided to go move with my grandma too, but of course she wants to. And then, so yeah, my grandma, she sent me to school first year high school to second year high school. Yeah, when she was alive. And then, yeah. And then the other one, the eldest one from my stepdad. So that was my half sister. So my mother brought her to my brother when we were already living on our own. My brother had the apartment and I was living with my brother. My mother one time she brought my other sister. My mother said that, oh, it's just a visit, or I'm bringing you my your sister, my half sister, to stay with you for like a week, but she never came back. And then there you go, my brother ended up like taking care of my uh, half sister. So my brother started to send her to school, and then there you go, she go to school, and my kuya supported her for first year high school to fourth year high school. My brother became a mother of my sister, my half sister. And then there you go, my mother is not satisfied still. Three of her children from my stepdad ended up that my brother supporting them, to go to school because, they said that they couldn't afford. And that's what I could never understand. That's why I told my mother, I would never understand your decision in your life. Why did you ended up making so much children if you can't afford to have children? If you can't even afford to feed us, to send us to go to school, why even making us? Why even making so much children? I don't understand that. And then you said that your life was hard. And she's always like a playing victim. She's always manipulating, using her guilt, making us feel like miserable, making us like, I don't know, like worst feeling ever for the decision that we never made. She's the one who make the decisions in life. She's the one who make you know, the all that miserable life, and now she's drowning it. And every time she's drowning it, we're the one who's, she's trying to pull us, down to go drown with her. And it was like I have had enough. I became so angry, and that's the reason where my anger coming from too sometimes. And I said to myself, what if I just quit, helping her? What if I just let her go? What if I just cut her off out of my life? Will I become a bad daughter? And I was like, I wish I can only do that, but I'm still here. But I learned how to block her now and ignore her and just send her money whenever I feel like it, or in my own times, in my own, in my own decision, and not just because she wants the money from us. I learned that now, but sometimes it's kind of hard. So I learned just to ignore her. But there are so much, there are so many times that I'm really thinking of like cutting her off in my life. And I was like, well, it's the same thing. She left us, she gave us away. It's like cutting out of us too. But you know what? It was just so unfair. And I keep telling to myself, she was so unfair because she, you know, what she did to us, it was unfair because she only helped us, at least me in my age. She only helped me maybe when I was 14 years old, and she stops after that. In my sixth grade, she stops because she said she couldn't afford to help us. And then when we start making money, she's there and then collecting money from us. It was so annoying. And that's why I said to myself, I would never do that, what my mother did to us. I will not become like her. And that's why I was so jealous with any other parents that is like responsible parents. Unlike my parents, I feel like I never see her as our mother. All I see was like a greedy, needy, manipulative, you know, person. I never remember any, like, how would a nice mother would do. I never remember that. Some parents, you know, they will help you, taking care of you, and not bringing you down. But me growing up, I never get any financial support or moral support. All I get was like yelling, screaming, and saying something mean, saying like, "Oh, I should have never brought you into this world if I've known you're gonna grow like that. If I've known you're gonna grow up like that." What kind of mother would say that to your own children? And then there are times that she would even say that I would have just, I should have just killed you when you were in my womb. I was like, really? And then now, really? And then, or there are times that she would say, every time I made a mistake, she would even tell me that, like, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, you're so, my God, where did you get that stupidity out of yours? And I was like, me growing up, I was so anxious, nervous. I feel like I was traumatized. That's why I said to myself, if I would have a child of my own, I would never treat my children like how she treated us, as a bank account, as an ATM walking machine. And yeah, I feel like I just wanted to vent out my frustration that I've been having this, that I feel like I built up so much for 18 years, or for 18 years I carried this burden all those years. And I felt like maybe the only way to get free from this is to vent this out, or to go to maybe therapist. But I don't know, i've never I never dealt to go to a therapist. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking to go, maybe talk to a therapist, maybe, and maybe that will help me because I'm still down there. I'm still like stuck in the past, that my mother caused me this anger until now. And every day, all I think about is how angry I was to my mother. And then I was thinking, what should I do? And the only thing that I can think of is to cut her off completely out of my life. That's what I've been thinking. Am I a bad daughter if I do that? Or I have a lot of reason, you know? And that's a reasonable, you know? So yeah, but I feel better, talking to to this problem, to all of this. Gosh. So yeah, that's it. Bye.